My name is Ben Hedges, and I have been a credit card points and miles enthusiast for about 10 years now. I've redeemed credit card points for close to $100,000 worth of free travel, a lot of it in business class and at some of the world's finest hotels. But I've noticed a trend in recent years, and that is that credit card annual fees are going up and up. And no, we're not talking about cards like the Centurion Black Card for celebrities that costs $5,000 a year, but cards for normal people have also increased their annual fees to a point where you really have to question if they are worth it. In addition, the spend requirements for welcome bonuses have increased too. American Express now requires you to spend $12,000 on their Platinum card to get the bonus points for signing up. On some business cards, we are seeing spend requirements of like $30,000 or more, and I even saw one business credit card that required you to spend $500,000 in order to get the full cashback welcome bonus. And all the while, booking award travel with those points is getting harder and harder, with more points required for the same flight or hotel than a few years ago. So what is going on? In this video, I want to talk about it and address whether it is still worth it or not, answering the question, have premium travel credit cards gone too far? And this video is brought to you by Silo, the brokerage where you earn credit card style points on your investments and get your Amex Platinum and Gold card for free. But more on that later. So about 7 years ago, we're talking pre-pandemic, the credit card industry in the US was a lot more simple. There were two common annual fees, either $95 for a mid-tier travel card, which mainly just earned points as its major benefit and didn't give any credits or anything like that, or $450 for a premium card that offered benefits like airport lounge access, maybe one travel credit, a car rental company status, and perhaps some airline benefits. Here is a screenshot of the Chase Sapphire Reserve when it launched, with a 100,000 point bonus and a $450 annual fee. That annual fee is now $795, but the current bonus is still just 100,000 points, although there have been higher promotional bonuses, so, it's not a complete apples to apples comparison, but the current bonus really is just 100,000 points. The card, however, has added, according to Chase, $3,000 in annual value through various credits that they offer. For example, a hotel credit, a dining credit, a StubHub credit, etc. There's like 10 more different credits. So that's how things are now, not just with Chase, but with other credits too. Now, when did this trend start and who started it? Well, as many of you in the audience are probably guessing right now, I think it started with the Amex Platinum. In 2017, they raised the annual fee from $450 to $550. The annual fee is a bit higher. It's $550 if you got your card after the 30th of March this year. And at that time, they really just had the $200 airline credit and the $200 Uber credit. I guess global entry every 4 years too. But then they added another credit.
The Amex Platinum is adding a $100 credit for Saks Fifth Avenue.
Then they increased the annual fee to $695 in 2021 and added a few more credits, and then again to $895 in 2025 with over $1,400 worth of new credits added. So the annual fee has gone up from $695 to $895, which now makes this the most expensive Tier 4 premium travel card on the US market, except for cards that I don't mention. I now have $600 worth of hotel credits to use through the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection, which this year I have actually used all of, but last year I did not. The Chase Sapphire Reserve did a similar thing, and now that card costs $795 per year, and even Chase's United Airlines cards have also increased their annual fees and added credits. And people are noticing how ridiculous this has become.
Get $300 Chuck E. Cheese credits, 3% back at Buc-ee's, a free Crunch Fitness membership. Like, it literally pays for itself, dude. Come on.
And if you thought that dude was exaggerating, no, he was not. The Amex Platinum, for example, gives you a $14 per month Walmart Plus credit, and the Amex Gold now gives you a $7 per month Dunkin' Donuts credit. That is a far cry from the image of the high-flying traveler that you associate with the Amex Platinum card.
There's traveling, and then there's seeing the world with Platinum.
So why do they keep doing this? Let's talk about that next. But first, over the past year, you've probably heard me talking about Silo, the investing platform that enables you to earn points on your stocks. It's like what Built has done with earning points on rent, but for investing. Now, we have an exciting update about Silo that I know viewers of this channel in particular will find interesting. They've just launched their travel portal where you can use Silo points to book travel at 1 cent per point with over 300 airlines and hotel brands. And they also have 2 transfer partners coming in the next month, and more will be added, both airlines and hotels. If your account with Silo is big enough, you unlock status benefits. At $200,000, they'll cover your American Express Blue Cash Preferred annual fee and Costco Executive membership. And at $1 million, they'll cover your Amex Gold annual fee and even cover the $895 annual fee on your Amex Platinum too. They even say that if you are in the Chase or Citi credit card system instead of Amex, you should reach out to them because they may very well pay the annual fee on one of those cards for you instead. This is all in addition to up to 250,000 points on your portfolio balance each year and an up to 250,000 point welcome bonus in the first year, so a total of potentially 500,000 points in your first year. That bonus is only available until transfer partners launch, which is any day now. So if you've been thinking about creating a Silo account, this is your last chance to get up to a 250,000 point welcome bonus. While credit card companies give you points for spending money, Silo has turned that concept on its head and gives you points for saving and investing money. So if you want to get your Amex Gold and Platinum for free while also earning points on your portfolio that you can use for free travel, use my link silomarkets.com/Ben and get started today. All right, so what is with all these higher annual fees and credits? So the strategy that we are talking about here is providing credits for use with partners while at the same time increasing the annual fee, but not increasing the annual fee as much as the value of the new credits you provide. How is this possible? Aren't these credit cards losing money? No. Here is how the model works as described by the CEO of American Express.
Our refresh strategy focuses on enriching our value propositions with more benefits and offerings in areas that our customers value most at a price point that delivers outstanding value. A key element of this strategy is our ability to attract a growing number of premier partners who fund offerings to gain access to our large-scale, high-spending customer base.
Right, premium partners like Walmart and Dunkin' Donuts. Well, those are the funny ones, but you also have premium hotels, premium restaurants in the Resi Dining program, Uber, airlines, etc. Those ones are considered more high-end, and the partners will actually fund these credits. So maybe out of the $200 Uber credit that Amex gives you, Uber actually pays Amex $100 per year, so that's half of it. And then maybe Amex relies on a certain number of people not using the credit. Let's say 25% of the credits or $50 per person gets wasted each year, since if you don't use it 1 month, you lose it. And then that leaves just $50 that Amex is on the hook for. You could increase the annual fee by $50 to cover that and then be like, look, we gave you $200 in extra credits for a mere $50 increase in the annual fee. And then you do that a load of times with different credits and you get to the situation that we're in now where the annual fee is almost $1,000 and cardholders have more credits than they know what to do with. But the thing is, if you listen to Amex's earnings calls, this strategy actually works on consumers.
This strategy has worked especially well for us. For example, in each of the recent refreshes we've done for our U.S. consumer Gold, Delta, and Hilton cards over the last 2 years, customer demand has increased, driving double-digit account growth.
So even though people complain about it, at the same time, more people than ever are signing up for these cards. Chase saw Amex's success with this, and they did the same thing with the Sapphire Reserve Business, and the United cards. And Citi followed along and implemented this strategy with their new Strata Elite. Look, $1,500 worth of credits. And that is how we got to the situation we're in now. But the question is, has it gone too far? Well, this is the part where I give you my opinion, and I would say that the situation we're in now is that these premium cards, let's just take the Amex Platinum as an example, can offer incredible value for some people, but not for others, depending on where you live and your spending habits. Or even for the same person, some years, but not other years. Like for example, last year, I did not use the hotel credit, so I wasted $600 in value. This year, I did use it, so just from that one credit alone, I'm already 2/3 of the way to offsetting the annual fee. And actually staying at a Fine Hotels and Resorts Collection hotel, which is what this credit is for, gets you even more value, like $100 free breakfast breakfast per day, $100 credit for room service, spa, etc. I've used this very successfully at the Conrad DC and the Fairmont Orchid in Hawaii. I'm actually going back to the Conrad DC later this week, and I used the entire $600 credit, and when you add in other benefits like the free breakfasts, etc., you'll be looking at around $900 in cash savings, and then on top of that, intangible value like late checkout, etc., things you might not pay for, but it's nice to have. That is $900 in value that I did not get last year. Likewise, if you don't live in a big city, you may find the $400 Resi credit on the Platinum too hard to use due to the lack of Resi restaurants in your area. It's even harder with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, in my opinion. The credits are for much more niche things like $300 StubHub credit. I don't spend anywhere near $300 a year on movie or concert tickets. There's also a $150 Peloton credit, which I don't use, and their dining program is a lot smaller than Resi from Amex. So my feeling about all this is that the consumer has to be really smart now. In the old days, it was like, oh, Chase Sapphire Reserve, $450 annual fee, $300 travel credit, bam, annual fee reduced to $150, and then you offset the rest through points earning and airport lounge use, and you call it a day. Now, it's super complicated, and some consumers, depending on habits, may be getting like $5,000 in value a year, and some may be getting close to zero and having to pay all that annual fee. So it is verging on going too far. We may also even be at the point where some years, because of your habits, your travel habits or spending habits, you don't even want to have a premium credit card since you're not doing a lot of the things that are going to enable you to take advantage of the credits. So you could then downgrade the Amex Platinum to like the Amex Green or something, and maybe you upgrade it in the future when you have a big trip planned that you can actually take advantage of the credits on. There's just more risk now because it's taking almost $1,000 out of your income per year if you don't make the most of the credits. Now, we just talked about credits, but at the beginning I did mention that welcome bonus spend has gone up too, with the Platinum now expecting you to spend $12,000 for a bonus ranging from 80,000 to 175,000 points. Now, even though the bonuses have increased, the amount of airline miles required for some points redemptions has also increased too. For example, United Polaris Transatlantic went from 60,000 to 80,000. British Airways Transatlantic went from 50,000 to 88,000. That's all in business class, by the way. So a bonus of say 150,000 points may only be equivalent to 100,000 a few years ago, but you have to spend way more to get it. Although in the case of the Amex Platinum, you do now have 6 months instead of 3 months. This is also a trend that we see more and more in the credit card industry, of them trying to string out your use of the card. Bonus spend time periods extended to 6 months, or even 2-part bonuses where you get some points for spending a certain amount in 3 months, and then more points for spending another amount in 1 year, so it strings out your use of the card to a whole year. So bonuses can be deceiving, and you need to really think about it, particularly with airline miles and hotel points. You need to think about whether a bonus that seems really high is actually higher than a lower bonus a few years back, and if the amount of money you have to spend is actually going to be worth it. Good thing is, though, cash values haven't really changed, okay? You can still redeem Chase points for 1 cent per point in cashback. You can still book through the Amex travel portal at 1 cent per point, or redeem for cashback through Charles Schwab with Amex points at 1.1 cents per point. So my conclusion is that although some of this is getting a bit ridiculous, like they are going a little bit too far with some of this, there is still massive value to be had, especially from the credits, all right? The credits are like the double-edged sword that either make or break it. In terms of credit card points, even though many of the current bonuses look very high, when you account for devaluation, they may not be much higher than the bonuses around a few years ago, so you do really need to have to think about it. Basically, that's the theme. You just have to think about it way more than you used to. Alright guys, that's the video for today. Don't forget, if you want to get your Amex Gold and Platinum for free whilst also earning points on your stock portfolio, use my link silomarkets.com/Ben to get started, and be quick because their bonus of 250,000 points for signing up will only be around for a few more weeks. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.